Hi there. In this video, let's talk a bit about leadership, what it means to be a leader, and some ways you can start becoming a leader. I read this definition that says leadership is the accomplishment of a goal through the direction of human assistance, and I loved it because it already says some components for any leadership situation. The accomplishment tells you there was desire. You only use accomplishment when you're speaking of something you desired to have, accomplishment, desire. So the accomplishment of a goal speaks of vision. The object of that desire is your goal, what you're looking forward to in the future. So the accomplishment of a goal through the direction. Direction speaks of influence. You only direct something when you have influence over that thing. Or in this case, people, which we'll get to next. So the direction of human. Of course, leadership only occurs in a situation where there are other people to lead. Someone famously said, a man who has no one following, or a leader who has no one following, is taking a walk. So there have to be other people who are in this leadership situation. So we already have desire, a vision, influence, people, and the final part of this definition that I really loved was human assistance. So this speaks of teamwork. It speaks of not doing something on your own, like having other people to be involved in this leadership situation. So there's 5 things we've seen now in this definition. There is desire, there is vision, there is influence, there is people, and there's teamwork. And this sets the tone for much of the further discussions and conversations we'll be having about leadership. Because if we start with desire, there is this famous proposition or famous theory by Maslow that says there are 5 common or basic human needs. So you've probably heard of Maslow's 5 hierarchy of needs, and it speaks of like physiological needs and safety needs and love and relationship needs and esteem needs, and then self-actualization. And a leader is someone who can help people fulfill one or more of these needs and still have them accomplish a desired future. Now, this desired future could be personal or it could be adopted, maybe for a company or for a society, a nation, what have you. So, as a leader, you already understand that one of your core jobs, I'd say, one of the core jobs of a leader is to help people fulfill their needs by keying them into a greater vision. Remember the desire and the vision we talked about. So keying people into this desired vision through influence. You must have some sort of influence over people, and when we speak of influence, I know there are different types of influence or different levers that cause one person to have influence over another. But regardless of the form of influence, which we will talk about later, at least there must be some sort of influence that helps people fulfill their needs by connecting them to a greater desire in a sort of teamwork environment. So that's what leadership is. Now, how can you start becoming a leader? There's this fantastic book by John Maxwell, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And he started out that book by speaking of the law of the lead. Now, this speaks of a person's capacity or limit to which he can handle the pressures that come with influencing, setting a goal for other people, and encouraging them to work as a team to accomplishing that goal. That's really what the law of the lead is, in summary. So it's that ceiling to which a person can lead others or influence other people. So a good question for you is, what do you think is your current ceiling on how much you can lead other people? How much do you think you can handle? The good news is that everyone can develop leadership ability, leadership capacity. You can expand how much more you are able to handle and how much bigger you are able to see the future, which you can also lead other people to. So that's the first law. The second law is the law of influence, which comes very naturally. Remember, in our definition, influence, direction is a critical component of any leadership situation. Someone famously said, like I said before, a leader that has no one following him or her is just taking a walk. So how much can you influence others? How much can you make others see into what you already see and desire to go there with you? That's the law of influence. And there's so many forms or ways influence shows up in our lives. Can you foster change? Can you encourage people to dream bigger? Can you make people see a reason to do things differently or improve on what they are doing for the sake of a greater good? And how do you develop influence with others? One of the key ways to develop influence with others is to let them see that you truly care about them. Because remember, we all have needs, and we are all trying to fulfill those needs one way or the other. We're looking for people who can help us fulfill those needs. So as a leader, one of your core responsibilities is to show people that you connect with their needs, you recognize their needs, and you can help them move towards fulfilling those needs, usually in the context of a broader picture where they play a role or where their needs play a part in fulfilling that greater picture. So those are two ways you can start becoming a leader. Work on your ceiling. Try to increase your ceiling or your ability to lead other people, and work on your influence with others. Let more people see, or let the people you have around you see how much you connect with their needs and how you are able, not just caring, but able to help them fulfill those needs. And you'll find yourself beginning to lead people. Thanks for watching.